Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week number 10 of the high school football season. We are here in Montoursville at Montoursville Memorial Stadium. Paul Ball alongside the coach, Rich Salonis. Coach, it's been 10 weeks. It's hard to believe that the playoffs are just right around the corner.
It is hard to believe. It seems just like yesterday we're at Central Mountain starting the season off, but second season's getting ready to start for both of these teams after tonight.
And who will be Mr. October or November here in the high school football area here? Montoursville comes in with a record of 8-1, taking on Selinsgrove, a record of 6-3. Let's talk a little bit about the Warriors first. Last week, let's throw it right out the window. They played the University of Southern Columbia. We went through this a couple of weeks ago, but they played them tough.
They did play them tough. They actually played them tougher than anybody else on the schedule this year. And, it isn't often in coaching where you lose 35-0 and can say that you actually played a team tough. But Southern Columbia this year is actually that good. Don't let the score fool you. This is a very good, very potent, powerful Montoursville football team, and hopefully they'll be able to respond tonight.
And absolutely, Southern Columbia might not only be the best team in Pennsylvania, they might be the best team in the whole country.
Well, they're up there, that's for sure.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Warriors here. They're led by quarterback Hunter, 48 of 86, 852 yards on the year. Big thing that glares out at me, Coach, 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
Senior quarterback has been tremendous this year, all year, providing that steady hand for the Warriors, making the big plays when they're needed, but more importantly, avoiding the turnovers at all costs. So as we said last week, you get a quarterback that's coming in at this time of the year with 1 interception. You can't complain about that.
Absolutely. He's as steady as they go. And talking about steady, the backfield, the two-headed monster, Rocco Paluzzi, a sophomore. Sevens are wild here in Montoursville. 777 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Steady Eddie on the ground. Montoursville's had a history. First of all, it's a great traditional program. They've been good what seems like forever. They've always had very tough, hard-nosed running backs. Not always the biggest kids, but kids that are going to grind out tough yards and just kids that are very hard to bring down. No difference this year.
Well, talk about hard to bring down. Number 29 senior, Logan Ott. He has 385 yards on the ground. He also has 9 touchdowns between the two of them. Even my math can tell you there's 18 touchdowns between that two-headed monster.
And they're pretty much a balanced offense, but JC, if he had his druthers, would like to run the football, and they've been able to do that when needed this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, they have a receiver on this team, number 9, Jackson Delina. You talk about a pro-type receiver at 6'3", 190 pounds. Injuries have slowed him down this year. I remember last year he just absolutely ate away the Jersey Shore secondary in the 3rd game of the season last year. This year, 13 catches, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns. When Hunter Shear needs to go to someone in the end zone, he's looking for number 9, Jackson Delina.
And he's hard to miss at 6'3". So as his health goes, when you get that type of a target for a quarterback, it makes it a little bit easier, especially once you get in the red zone.
And absolutely, in the slot, they have number 4. I remember him from basketball, point guard. I used to call him a gnat. He was all over with that defense. Number 4, best hair on the team, Dylan Young. 5'11", only $155. He's like a little scat back, plays the slot, 11 catches, 199 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the year. He can really motor.
Well, you don't have to be big to be caught. So when he gets the ball out in the open, if you can't make a tackle on him fairly quickly and stop the yards after the catch, the band usually starts playing.
And we talk about special teams all the time, Coach. It can be the difference in the game. Montoursville has a kicker that will probably kick on the next level. Number 5, Ian Plankenhorn. He is perfect. 19 for 19 on extra points, 5 of 5 on field goals, including a 47-yarder. If the game gets close, Coach JC's not going to even hesitate to put him in the kick.
When you have a weapon like that, you use it, and obviously the young man's having a stellar season. You can't build on perfection.
Absolutely. I say that all the time about us, Coach. Let's turn it over to Selinsgrove.
I didn't even pay him for that. Thanks.
I was talking about myself. 6-3 on the year. They beat Danville last week, 20-16. We've seen Danville earlier in the year. Very tough, very physical team. They're led by number 18, Daniel Such. He's a sophomore, 62 completions, 130 attempts, 830 yards. He also has 10 touchdowns, and he's thrown 5 interceptions.
Another fairly steady quarterback for the Seals. And the thing about the whole team is their improvement as the year has gone on. They've won 5 out of their last 6. As I hope I didn't take any thunder away from what you were going to talk about, but the improvement's been evident mostly on the defensive side of the ball, but cutting down the turnovers lately has helped also.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore too, and also a junior in the backfield, number 5, Nate Sean, 107 carries, 582 yards, 10 touchdowns. Looks like a lot of running here tonight, Coach.
You're going to see 2 physical, hard-nosed teams that would prefer to run the football go at it, and this young man's a state wrestling champion, so you know his mettle is tough and he's hard-nosed. So Seals coming in here tonight with the potent ground game themselves.
Well, if they're going to win the game in the air, they're going to look for Joshua Nyland. He's a senior, 5'8", 145-pounder, leading this team with 20 catches, 366 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Also, number 21, another senior tight end, Wyatt Metzger, 11 catches, 204 yards, 6 touchdowns.
2 of the top targets for the Seals. Again, hopefully they're healthy this time of year. I think they went through a little bit of a period where that was kind of iffy. But again, I want to hit on that theme that as the season's worn on, this is a better team. They've gotten better. And something we need to mention, you're looking at a 6-3 Selinsgrove team, 3 losses, Jersey Shore, Southern Columbia, and Berwick. Combined record 22-5. So it's not like this is a chopped liver team coming in here tonight. It should be a dandy.
Well, it should be a game that is won in the trenches the way it looks, with running backs galore on both teams. So what I suggest you to do is go to the refrigerator, grab something cold to drink, perhaps even a snack. It's the Warriors and the Seals coming here on WebWeeklyLive.com from Montoursville. We'll be right back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the opening kickoff is underway as Colin Guarini kicks to Nyland. Nyland at the 15-20, 25, and up close to the 27-yard line. Good evening, everybody. Paul Bowe alongside Coach Rich Salonis, and joined by Mark Musina tonight. 3 men in the booth tonight, bringing you the 10th week of the high school football season. Mark, great to have you with us.
Well, it's great to be here so far. Just depends how much you let me talk.
We're on a letter count here, so we got 3 men here. We'll alternate in and out. Coach is here. Coach, great to have you back again in the booth.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Great to be here. Hopefully you have a good competitive game tonight.
All right, Shock will operate from the gun. He has 3 receivers to his left. Back to pass. Looks, throws, over the middle. That's complete. Up to the 32-yard line. A short gain on the play.
Nice scheme that time by Selinsgrove as all 3 receivers to the trip side. Just ran down about 6 yards or so and all turned around, hook it up. Good read. Good gain on first down for the Seals.
Wyatt Metzger, second leading receiver on this team. Now they'll go trips to the bottom of your screen. Once again, spreading out this Montoursville defense. Shock from the gun. Lone setback is Sean. Back to pass. Looks, steps up, puts it on his hip, takes off. 40, 45, and a first down there. Good run on 2nd down and 6. That'll be a first down for the Seals up to the 43-yard line.
Well, the story tonight is going to be how does Montoursville bounce back from their game last week against Southern Columbia. But historically, this Montoursville team, no matter what happened last week against Southern, this team is immensely talented. And their front 7 against the run has just been ferocious all year. So if there is a way to have success against this Montoursville defense, it will be to throw it early and often, and that's obviously Selinsgrove's game plan coming out.
And they're going to spread the field again. Shock back to pass, pressured on. Down he goes at the 40-yard line, Coach. All out there.
Montoursville's defensive line all over that. Sort of let him out of the pocket initially, but have enough athletic ability to make up for it. And a loss for the Seals on first down sets them back 4 yards.
One of the challenges with the passing game is Montoursville's defensive front, and they've got an all-state defensive end in Cameron Wood, and he kind of helped flush, and Jacob Smallhofer with the sack there. And already if you're going to throw every down, and they know you're going to throw every down, you're going to end up behind the chain sometimes. Here they are, 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13, ball back at the 40-yard line. Shock back to pass, quick hitter screen on the line. That's number 6. Over to the 40, 45, up ahead at the 50-yard line where he is tackled. Got by Brett for Selinsgrove.
Schmalhofer, good hustle with the backside tackle to stop him short of the first down. Dylan Bennett was in position, but good execution. Bennett's had a heck of a defensive year. He actually played really well last week against Southern Columbia, but Bennett was in good position, just good execution from Selinsgrove, and they felt the rush so they realized they wanted to get it out early, and now a big 3rd and 3 here on the opening drive as Selinsgrove right on the midfield stripe.
3rd and 3, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, shown lone setback. Shock calls his own number up the middle, right to the heart of that Warrior defense.
Number 18,
Coach, a little shorter, you think you got it?
He's short.
What do you do?
Quarterback trap. I punt.
Stop by
Too early in the game yet.
38, Logan.
And wholesale substitutions coming in for Selinsgrove, and it looks like they are going to punt it away.
Of course, Montoursville here is ready for the fake, and they're saying don't jump. If Selinsgrove snaps this on hut 1, they're not very smart because they should do everything they can to draw Montoursville off, and they did. There you go, first down.
Deep for the Warriors, number 2, Dylan Mall.
Dylan Mall back deep. Ball hits at the 16-yard line, and that's where it goes out, and that's where the Montoursville Warriors will take over, led by Hunter Shear.
Now, Coach, that's just a little thing of the game, but you've got 4th and 1. Why wouldn't you go on a long count and try to draw them off? As a coach, wouldn't you tell them, like, our first option here is to draw them off. Don't snap it on first down.
Yeah, the field position shouldn't change that much there, so that's a very good point.
All right, first down at the 22-yard line.
Palizzi in the backfield, double tight, double wing. Supposedly, Jacob Reeder is going to play tonight. He's been out with a leg injury. He was out early in the season, and now he's back. I think now it's an ankle. Earlier, it was kind of like a hip thigh. But he worked out this week. They said he looked kind of good enough. Of course, they wanted more for next week than this week, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Reeder with a carry or two before we're over. But right now, it's
he looked
Palizzi.
pretty good in warm-ups. I saw him down in the field warming up. Here's a handoff to Ott around the end, up to the 20, up near the 23-yard line.
Logan Ott, the ball carrier.
Gain of about 4 on the play, maybe 5.
Stop by number 44, Ryan Ahmed.
Ott kind of got banged up a little bit. He had an arm problem a couple weeks ago and wasn't. I don't think he had a carry last week against Southern. That's probably the first game in 3 years he hasn't had a carry. But we are certainly on the mend. As Mull got banged up in the first series last week too, but he's out here.
10 touchdowns on the year for Logan Ott, the senior. Shear from the gun in motion is Delina, and whistles blow and laundry on the field, Coach.
It appears to be encroachment by the Seals, and they're lucky that's all it is.
I was going to say, if you're going to jump, you want to get your money's worth, but that was almost a 20-yard penalty right there.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down.
And early in the year, Selinsgrove really hurt themselves with these type of mental errors. This time of year, heading into the playoffs, you want to see these decreasing. So there's really no need for a defensive lineman to jump like that. Should be watching the ball.
First and 10, ball at the 28-yard line. 8:10 to go. First quarter just underway here from Montoursville. No score. Opening drive for the Warriors. In motion is Delina. Shear barks the signals. Handoff to Palizzi. Strung it out.
Number 6, Rocco Palizzi with the carry.
So here's the deal early,
Stop by
guys.
number 21,
It's very
Ryan
apparent
Metzger.
Selinsgrove is going to try and take away Montoursville's rushing attack. So what's going to happen is I think JC will stay constant with it. They may get frustrated and stuffed, 2 yards here, 1 yard lost there, but when they break one, it's going to be a long one because they've got 6, 8 people within 3 yards, 4 yards of the ball. So stay patient.
Second and 9, ball at the 29. Here's a handoff. That looks like Ott again, up to about the 38-yard line.
Number 29, Logan Ott with the carry. Stopped by number 54, Micah Shower.
That's interesting. If he'd have put his head, he obviously, there's no yellow line. You don't know where, he doesn't know where he's at on the field. If he puts his head down and goes forward, he's going to get a first down. He tried to bounce it wide, and he's going to end up, the length of the football short.
Yeah, it's going to be third and about the length of the football, as you said, Mark, for a first down. Ball at the 37-yard line, 6:57, clock running. Backs in an eye. Shear under center. Oh, big hit there by Sean. And he took him right down, the All-State wrestler, Coach, showing a little bit of a takedown for 2 points.
Yeah, that was right to the mat, but he beat the offensive lineman very quickly. And we saw him on the field. He's not a small individual.
Nah, he's a big kid.
225 pounds is listed at.
He looks a lot bigger than that down on the field, eye level.
And just what Mark said earlier, a couple of inches, and that's a first down, second down now and 14 rather than a fourth down if he picks up the first down. So sometimes you got to make those plays to move the chains.
4th and 3, Montoursville will punt. Guarini to kick, high kick. Fair catch called for at the 36-yard line, 35-yard line. That's where Selinsgrove will start possession number 2. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. We'll be right back.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouse.
All right, we are back. First down and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Paul Bowe, Mark Nucina, Rich Alonis here on a Friday night, WebWeeklyLive.com, Selinsgrove and Montoursville. 6:03 to go in the first quarter, no score.
Maul's matched up man-to-man here on the backside.
Shock from the shotgun. Rolls under pressure, throws, incomplete, being pressured.
Will Carson with the immediate pressure.
Intended for number 7.
Big Willie on senior night, attaboy. It's frustrating when those big guys get through and then the quarterback kind of scampers away and they don't ever get to hit them.
Second down and 10.
It's a long run for those big guys too. That's,
And we see in warm-ups there, Shock throwing the ball across his body. He has a strong arm. There was just nobody open on the play.
When you're getting pressure that immediate, it's very hard for patterns to develop. So he actually made a very smart play there to throw that away.
And you've seen Selinsgrove give 0 attempt to run the ball.
Second and 10 in motion is Nyland. Little play action. Shock back to pass. Under pressure. Puts it on his hip and down he goes. Gained about 3 yards on the play. Big hit by number 46.
That's Smallhofer again. Smallhofer, 45. Signer with the pressure. Signer doesn't miss a lot of tackles. He's had a fantastic year as a linebacker, and he applied the immediate pressure. And still 3rd and long.
3rd down and 8 at the 39-yard line. Big play here, Coach, on 3rd down.
Selinsgrove, for what it's worth, in my opinion, has to try to attempt some type of a rush game here tonight. Or Montoursville's just going to pin their ears back, play coverage, and with the people they have on the defensive line, it's going to be a long night.
Shot got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Setback is Nyland in the backfield, under pressure again. Down he goes again. It looked like Cameron Wood.
Cameron Wood, 3 or 4. The whole defensive line was there. So when you're presenting yourself as a one-dimensional team against a team like Montoursville that's very well coached and has great talent on top of it, you're making it a long night for yourself, especially with a sophomore quarterback. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least, gentlemen.
Smallhofer's really come out of the gate here well.
Number 21, Ryan.
That will be one that's interesting to see if the ball was out. When they watch film, if that's a fumble that Montoursville gets on, that changes field position. That changes everything.
Dylan Young back to receive. And another fair catch called for. Montoursville will take over. Second possession at the 40-yard line.
Number 4, Dylan Young.
22 to go, first quarter. We're going to stay right here.
First 10 Warriors from their own 41.
It wouldn't surprise me here to see JC go play action first down. Try to spread things out. Obviously on 3rd and 1, they had second and a possible passing down, and they ran it and ended up with 3rd and a foot. So on 3rd and a foot, you're certainly going to run it. But since Hunter hasn't put one up yet, I wouldn't be surprised here to see play action and maybe 4 goes.
Tight formation for the Warriors. Shear from the gun. Back to pass. Quick out. Incomplete. Pass intended for Logan Ott. In and out of his hands a little high. Wouldn't have been much of a gain anyway. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, well, with so much pressure, it's surprising on a first down when they've played the run so hard that you're just trying to hit somebody in the flat. You figure if they're pressed, you're going to try to get over top of them, maybe with a play action or something. But either way, and Montoursville, you wonder, too, how much they reel, because they really had trouble providing any pressure or protection last week against Southern. So maybe the quick passing game is something they're getting used to.
Here's a pitch. That's Palizzi. Big hit up at the 41-yard line by number 44. Coach didn't see who that was.
That was Ryan Ament
Stop by number
for the
44,
Seals, one of their
Ryan
leading
Ament.
tacklers.
And
The
54,
corner did a nice job that
Michael
time, play
Showers.
side, forcing all the contained back in and allowed him to clean up.
Well, passing down, as you said, Mark, 3rd and 9 now.
Well, here's the thing. For JC, he knows his defense is so good. It's only the first quarter. You know, you can play a little field position. You can trade some punches here, and they don't have to panic while they figure out what's working on offense. So, but obviously, sooner or later, Montoursville is going to have to stretch the field.
Shearer back to pass, looking for Dylan Young over the middle instead. Throws
Delena.
across the field to Jackson Delena. 6'3", 190-pounder, the leading receiver on this Warriors team, and that'll be a first down.
Hunter stepped through it. He could have tucked it and went. Hunter doesn't tuck it very much, so he'd rather look downfield, but when he got through, there was nobody.
Nice pattern by Delena coming across the field. We had him in a game last year against Jersey Shore. Kid has such soft hands. I heard at senior night here he's going to Monmouth to play baseball next year. Shearer once again, handoff up the middle, Paluzzi.
Rocco Palizzi with the carry.
Rocco Paluzzi pretty quick
Stop
getting off
by
the
number
ball,
19,
only a
Scott
sophomore.
Kissinger.
He's tough. Palizzi's really tough. He's much more agile than he looks. He's open field fast. He's really strong for a sophomore.
He has 9 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, he is good. Now you're going to see, well, now you've got all kinds of things because you're probably in 4-down territory. So, because although Montoursville can kick 50-yard field goals, but we're not quite there yet. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go up.
2nd and 4. Delena in motion. Movement again, and
Flag on the
Selinsgrove
play.
moved.
Self-inflicted wounds.
Every time we go double tight, double wing and send somebody in motion, they
Offside,
jump.
Selinsgrove.
And it's like an interior lineman. It's not the defensive end that's right across from him. It's somebody across from the guard. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, but either way, a cheap first down for the Warriors.
Yep, that'll be a first down, and that'll move the
Will be
ball
first down
down
Warriors from the Selinsgrove 31.
to the 31-yard line. 2:39 to go here in the opening quarter. No score yet from Montoursville, but Montoursville on the drive, their second possession.
And now we are in field goal range. That's how ridiculous our kicking is.
Yeah, we saw Plankenhorn earlier. He is 5 for 5 on the year with a 47-yarder. He is perfect. Running right into the heart of the defense, number 44 again on the tackle.
Number 6, Rocco Palizzi with the carry. Stopped by number 21, Wyatt Metzger. Number 44,
you can hear the
Ryan
crowd already yelling, throw the ball. But again, it's early in the game. You have incredible faith in your defense. And you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you don't want to panic and turn it into an air show. You want to establish a run. You want to wear down their defensive front. And JC knows he's in a spot here where he's got 4 downs if he wants it.
And like I said, we talked in the pregame about the 2 running backs, 18 touchdowns on the year. Shearer back to pass, little play action, wants Delena into double coverage, one-handed catch for a touchdown!
Flag, we got a flag.
Number 9, Jackson Delena for the Montoursville touchdown.
Jackson
There's a flag on
Delena
the play.
using all 6'3" of his frame. He went up, he caught it one-handed. If it stands,
Oh, they
it's
called holding.
It's
Okay.
a 30-yarder. Hunter Shearer to Jackson Delena.
Holding against Selinsgrove.
And Montoursville leads 6-0. Coach?
Very well-placed ball that time. Put it where Owen could get it, and one of the better high school catches I've seen in a long time. Nice concentration and double coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. And Delena went up high for that, caught it one-handed.
Number 5, Ian Plankenhorn.
I was wondering if they were going to say he was pushing off with one hand while he caught it with the other. But, those super sticky gloves these kids have nowadays, it's.
Blankenhorn on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. Kick is to another county.
The extra point is good.
We can kick.
1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
1 minute and 40 seconds to go. 7-0 Montoursville. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Worried about credit? Worry no more. We have over 30 lenders begging us for your business. Only right here, Blaze Alexander, 800 Market Street in Sunbury. Or find us online at blazealexandersunbury.com. We are professional grade. Take it.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle.
All right, we are back here at Montoursville. 30-yard pass, Hunter Shear to Jackson Delina, and the Warriors draw first blood with 1:40 to go here in the opening frame.
That's what makes Delana such a hard matchup for high school football, because he's 6'2", he can run, he's athletic. You know, you talked about in baseball that he's going, where'd they say, Monmouth? Is that what they said?
Monmouth, yep.
He can catch, he can play the outfield, he can pitch a little bit, he's a left-handed batter, so his versatility is valuable.
And that was Nyland on the return, going nowhere.
With the return
Maybe got back to the 10-yard line. Coach, big drive here now for Selinsgrove. Third drive of the game. Something's got to happen here.
Well, if they don't try to run the football, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, you got to make some kind of an attempt to keep Montoursville honest. They're simply too good on the defensive line to throw the ball every play.
It is, and that's the interesting dilemma that Selinsgrove has, because if you've watched Montoursville all year, nobody can run the ball except Southern. So it's easy to say, well, you got to run the ball, but people have been running the ball into 2nd and 11 all year. So now they're certainly much more traditional, and they're going to try to pound it here, tackle to tackle.
Schoen, here's a flag flies. Schoen tries to reverse his field. He's going backwards. That defense is stringing it out, and he runs out of real estate there.
The flag came from deep. Do we have 12 guys on the field?
Pushed out of bounds by number 33, Cameron Wood. There is a flag on the play.
Oh, chop block. From where they threw that.
Chop block against Selinsgrove.
From where they threw that, I figured we had too many guys on the field. But, yeah, this is the debate here. You would always take a chop block, but now where they're pinned, is it going to be half the distance? Montoursville's got to figure out.
They're declining it. It's going to be second down. And
it would be like second and 12 or 13, or you'd have first and maybe 15.
Yeah, I think they're going to decline it there. I'm trying to see where the stick is. They haven't moved. Now they're moving it back.
Illegal chop block against Selinsgrove. That penalty is declined.
Second and 13.
Second down.
Second and 13, ball back at the 11-yard line.
And you see that they just got no push. If Selinsgrove runs it 3 times here, they're just going to give up a possession. But down at their own 10, they're afraid.
Hand off to the up back.
Schmalhofer again.
Nothing doing. That was number 44.
Number 44, Ryan Ament, the ball carrier.
Ament, who had the big tackle last series. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Selinsgrove in a 3rd down and 10. What are we thinking here, Coach? Maybe a screen pass or another run? What do you think?
I'd run it again. Punt the ball. It's 7-0.
Take your chances. All right, 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. Clock running. Nyland to the bottom of your screen. In motion. Back to pass. Schock has some time. Steps up. Throws over the middle. Almost. That would have been intercepted, but knocked away. As Dylan Mall was right there.
Pass intended for number 4, Christian Kentz.
Delina knocked it away.
Broken up by number 9, Jackson.
And if he hadn't, it probably would have been intercepted and plenty of running room.
Yeah, Mall was waiting back there. Delina got the hand up, and it's 4th down, and Selinsgrove will punt once again.
Wyatt Metzger to punt for Selinsgrove. Deep for the Warriors. Dylan Mall, Dylan Young.
That's just an unfortunate break for Mall, because obviously Delana doesn't know he's behind him, and you would never let a ball go as a defensive back but yeah, it would certainly been intercepted.
Young and Mall back deep, kicked by Metzger. High, nice kick, fair catch called for, and taken at the 45-yard line. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Montoursville leads. We're going to stay right here for the final 17 seconds.
See, I'm fine with the fair catch there. We fair caught both our punts. Our defense has played so well. We already have a 7-0 lead. We'll just take the ball. Trying to make more than you need to make. We've already got great field position. Just to give them a spark with a possible fumble and a turnover. At this point, we want to make them earn their spark. And even if we go nowhere and punt it back, they've got a long field. So I would fair catch them all night if I could.
Shear will take this one from under center. Handoff up the middle. That's Pulizzi making people miss.
Number 6, Rocco Pulizzi, the ball carrier.
And the first quarter is going to come to an end with that carry of 5 yards. We've played one here at Montoursville. 7-0 Montoursville. We'll be back right at the second quarter.
make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com.
Lift your knees, you gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander.
Also Superior Plus, your local propane supply.
All right, we are
with
back
good
here.
resources.
Neil Diamond,
Sold
Sweet
out.
Caroline in the background by the Montoursville Band. We are in the second quarter, and it is 7-0. The Warriors leading the Seals. Montoursville has the ball at the 48-yard line of Selinsgrove. Big drive here for the defense of Selinsgrove here.
Hunter's going to go back under center. Traditional I.
Handoff up the middle, Palizzi again. First down and more. Rocco Palizzi making people miss.
One of the stories that Montoursville's looking at, as we said earlier, this is the most talented Montoursville team in memory. But this has also been one of the most boring football seasons in memory because I'm not sure if this team's played a tension-filled snap in the second half so far of all 9 games. So 7-0 here. Selinsgrove's hung tough. We're going to see if Selinsgrove can stick around long enough to make the third quarter meaningful for this Warrior team because it hasn't been all year.
Sure, play action over the middle. Delina again to the 30 inside, and he's knocked back.
Pass complete to number 9, Jackson Delana. Stopped by number 21 and number 44, Ryan Ahmet and Wyatt Metzger.
That's one of the things that Young has added to this.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, I didn't see the flag. It's a hold, and it's coming back.
Holding against Montoursville.
All right, so it's right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 20. But Young has added balance. So there they didn't line Delane up wide. They kind of had him either in the slot or the tight end. I didn't notice where he was. But because Young provides a different option that they can put it wide out, then they can move Delane around better, which is something that they had trouble doing in the past.
It'll bring 1st and 20, takes away that big gain.
But again, Montoursville can just stay patient, and worst comes to worst, a punt is not a bad play from here. You've got a 7-0 lead, and you leave Selinsgrove with a long field. But we'll see if JC tries to get it in chunks. I would suspect he's going to run it here. I don't think this ball's going up.
Young to the bottom of your screen, Delina to the top, backs in the traditional I. Play action again for Shear, sets up the screen, and there is number 47.
That's Signer.
And that is got half of it back there and then some.
Well, Selinsgrove thought we were going to run it because they brought everybody. 1st and 20, and they brought everybody, and JC with a good call and tricked them up with a little dump off, and now we're back under the chains.
Number 54, Micah Showers. First down, no, it isn't.
2nd and 6. The announcer fooled a little bit by that one at the 36-yard line for Montoursville. Back still in the eye, Dylan Young to the top of your screen, Delina to the bottom. Now in motion, Warriors going from left to right on your screen.
We're unbalanced.
7-0. Unbound pitch there to Palizzi, trying to get to the corner. Cuts back.
Number 6, Rocco Palizzi with the carry.
And it'll be 3rd down and short now after that 1st and 20. 3rd and about 4.
They played that well because we had an extra guy over there. We went unbalanced and swept to it, and we just missed a block and picked up 2. And now we're at 3rd and again, obviously with 3rd and short if we get a couple yards. But we are, on TV you think this is very makeable. On Friday nights, this is never makeable. Not for this team. we can really kick. So this is the edge of range if we wanted to kick a field goal.
Delina now in motion. Backs in an eye. Shear under center. Here's a pitch to Paluzzi again. Cuts it back, and he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Rocco Paluzzi with a carry.
Ball at the 32. Coach, what do you think? Are we going or kicking?
I'd go for it, even though it's a,
Stop
long,
54 by
probably a
Shower, 68,
makeable
Trey
field
Beatty.
goal, possibly, but I'd go for it here.
Fourth down.
You've proved you're superior up front so far.
It'd be close to 50 yards from
If
there.
it's 4th and 8, we're kicking it. At 4th and 1, you got to go. But if it's 4th and long, they would send Plankenhorn out here and take a shot. Here, Montoursville's going to burn it. We still might burn a timeout. This is a big play.
4th and
We've
1
got
here.
3 timeouts left in the half. JC's going to call one here before we snap this, I'll bet.
4th and 1, ball at the 31, 8:37 to go before the half. Young to the bottom of your screen, Delina to the top, Paluzzi in the eye. And falling
he snuck
ahead.
through.
Signer, and that's a first down. It looked like they had him
CJ
stopped.
Signer with a carry.
I thought he dribbled the snap.
I thought Shear was running the RPO there. He was kind of holding
Stopped by
back.
68, Trey Beatty. First down, Montoursville.
But Signer fell through and a first down, and the chains move.
The three letters that don't come after Shear are RPO. Those, they just do not go in the same sentence.
You know, they say the dogs bark and the caravan moves on, and another first down for Montoursville. And the clock is under 8 minutes to go here. Right about 8 minutes to go before the half. Shear handoff, Paluzzi again. Big hit.
Rocco Paluzzi,
That's
the ball carrier.
number 44 again.
Ament's a nice
Stopped by
ball
number
player
19,
for the
Scott
Seals.
Kissinger.
One of their leading tacklers on the team.
Yeah, he's been all over in the first half.
Hey, I got to admit, you stumped me there. The dogs bark and the caravan moves on. What does
never
that
heard
mean?
that?
I have never heard that.
Look it up. We'll Google it at halftime.
Is that like a Pioneer Days thing?
It is.
All right. We must be a little older than you then.
2nd and 11, ball at the 30-yard line.
The Pioneer Days of Scranton, is that it? Hazelton?
I'm from Hazelton.
Whatever.
2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. That's Dylan Young. And Ott back to pass is Shear. Pressure comes, steps up. Down he goes at the 30-yard line. And finally, Selinsgrove gets to Hunter Shear.
I think he's hurt.
Number 68, Trey Beatty.
I wonder if he got kicked.
A lot of times, if you fall on the back of his leg with
Yeah.
the heel going up, you get one right in the chops. Knock the wind out of you.
See, and just to people over here, Hazelton, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, it's all one place. We know it's over there in the corner, and they all just blend
It's
together.
all within 20-some miles of each other, right? Well, we got an injury timeout in the field. 6:56 to go before the half. We'll be right back after a word from Blaze Alexander.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has a low...
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Worried about credit? Worry no more. We have over 30 lenders begging us for your business. Only right here, Blaze Alexander, 800 Market Street in Sunbury. Or find us online at blazealexandersunbury.com. We are professional grade. Take it deep.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition.
We're back, 3rd and 11 here. Ball at the 30-yard line, 6:53 to go before the half. Shear now from the pistol. Back to pass. Looks, has time, lots of time. Rolls, throws, got Ott down the sidelines, and he is in for the touchdown.
Shear's pass complete to number
There's a flag.
29, Logan Ott for the Montoursville touchdown.
And hold
There's a
everything.
flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. That would have been
against Montoursville.
And I'll come back holding against Montoursville again. Coach, he had a lot of time back there, almost too much time.
Tons of time to throw that. You can't expect people at any level to cover for that long, not with the skill that's running the patterns for Montoursville.
I'll
but
say,
unfortunately, Hull's going to bring him back.
For a kid who doesn't run, and he's a 3-year starter. He's played ever since he was a sophomore. He has good pocket mobility. He keeps plays alive longer than you would think he would, and he keeps his eyes downfield very well. His pocket presence is very good, and you can tell this is his 30-whatever start as a varsity quarterback. And but for a kid that's not known as mobile, he's really, really good in the pocket and extending plays and making plays downfield.
And a good three-point shooter, too, for this Warriors team. Speaking of another Warrior right there,
pass
Dylan Young.
4. Dylan Young, incomplete.
Yeah, I think Dylan would like that one back.
Broken up by number 44, Ryan Ahmed.
And a big stoppage right there. The touchdown comes back, and now they force a punt. And they're going to be pinned back deep, but Selinsgrove gets the stop. Nyland back, along with number 6.
Number 11, Colin Guarini in the punt for the Warriors.
Guarini on the punt.
Selinsgrove, number 6, Brett 4, number 7, Joshua Nyland.
4 and Nyland back deep.
It's a good punt.
High kick. Fair catch called for at the 10 and made by Brett 4.
Very nice punt.
6, Brett 4.
And once again, the field position game, Montoursville pins them back.
Right, as much as it's a disappointment that Montoursville got the touchdown called back and got so far behind the chains that they had to punt it away, they still have a 7-0 lead. Selinsgrove still 90 yards away from anything. And offensively, the Seals have had a lot of trouble moving the ball, as Montoursville's defense has caused for people all season. So, they just had a chance to break it open. They had a holding penalty, and, it happens. But still, Montoursville certainly in control of the game, and obviously at this point in control of the field position.
Shock from the gun. Sean alongside him. 2 receivers. Handoff, Sean up the middle. Running hard. Best run of the game for the Seals. Carrying tacklers with him.
Number 5.
Near a first down. Might be a little bit short. Sets up second and very short. Up at the 20-yard line.
They are really multiple. There they kind of went double tight shotgun. They started out with like 4 wideouts. Then they went under center, as they're going to go under center here. There they went shotgun with 2 tights, and they might even go back to shotgun here, but they're certainly going through the playbook trying to figure out something that works.
And multiple receivers checking in now. Christian Kantz checking in the game for Selinsgrove. Bottom of your screen. Single coverage being guarded by Dylan Young. Shock from the gun. Handoff. Almost a direct snap up the middle. Nothing doing there. And whistles blow, and I believe
number 5, Nate Schoen, the ball carrier.
I saw Willie Carson. I saw Cameron Wood.
Cameron Wood's been all over the field this first half.
You really just, with our front and our linebacker core, you just can't run the ball against us. And that, we make people one-dimensional, and our secondary is good. I still haven't seen Reeder. So maybe Reeder's, I don't know. I thought he was going to play a little. Maybe he won't go. But, and it just shows how much depth we have, too.
Back to pass. Looking. Nobody home. He zigged when he should have zagged, it looked like. Miscommunication.
Shock's pass intended for number 44, Ryan Ahmed.
I thought he was thrown to number 4 coming across the field, but looked like an out pattern, and he went in.
I wonder if he changed his mind really late, because that's what I thought, too, and then he just threw it over his head.
Yeah.
So it's either high for ball 1, or he changed his mind too late and missed him.
3rd down and 10 for the Seals. 4:52 to go in this first half.
But as much as Selinsgrove has got nothing going offensively, they have to be happy that they're this close to halftime and they're within 1 score.
Shock back to pass. Looks, throws, wants it all downfield. Big hit! You can see Logan Ott had him measured, but he held on. And up at the 47-yard line, it's a first down.
Joshua Nyland, their leading receiver, made a beautiful play and a great pass that time as he laid it into 2 defenders. If you're Montoursville, you can't really complain. You had that covered by 2 people.
And how hard
was he really in bounds? Is he not out of bounds?
47-yard line.
I'll tell you what, how hard as a receiver is to make that play when you know that free safety's coming over. Logan Ott was ready to lay the boom on him, and he did get a foot down and first down.
Did he? Did he? When he threw it, I thought I was going to pick it off. That's a good throw. That is a really good throw.
Yeah, he threw a dime in there. 1st and 10, ball up at the 47. Finally, Selinsgrove gets a little bit of room. In motion is Kantz. Once again, back to pass. Quick hitter, bubble screen right there, and Nyland hit hard.
And Young's hurt. Young hurt his back.
Yeah, he was.
Daniel Shock's pass complete to number 7, Joshua Nyland. Brought down by number 9, Jackson Delano.
He played it really well, too. He read it. He came up. He put a shoulder into him. And there's our point guard laying on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, he got twisted up pretty good there. We got an injury timeout. We're going to take a timeout. 4:29 to go, first half.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900.
All right, 2nd 11. Shock calls his own number. Ball on the turf. And looks like it fell right in the arms of a Seal. And they actually will gain a couple of yards in this.
Daniel Shock, the ball carrier.
Kansas
His
looks
fumble
like he fell on
recovered
it.
by number 44, Ryan Ahmed.
Ahmed again, Johnny on the spot.
And it ends up with a running back who can hit. It's not like a lineman ended up with it, but now Jacob Reeder is in the game, number 22, so he is, no matter what action they wanted him to see, now he's pressed into it with Youngie. But Youngie's off the table. He's walking around. I was going to say, hopefully got the wind knocked out of him. By the way, he twisted. I don't think that was it. So we'll see if number 4 comes back before
He was
before
holding
halftime.
his back. Shock back to pass. Blitz, here they come. And no flag on the play. Ball was underthrown. Coverage by
Dylan Mall. Dylan's just been out there on an island all day. And he's such a good athlete. He's a center fielder on the baseball team, and he can run. He can really run. And they've just kind of put him over there on the corner all by himself and say, you have him, and we'll play 10 on 10 over here. And he's been up to the challenge.
Number 2, Dylan Mall. Number 4, Dylan Young.
Checking also the scoreboard across town here. South Williamsport leads Loyal Sock 7-0 in the second quarter.
Wow. Where's that? Is that at South or is that at Sock?
That's at Sock. And it's 4th and 6. And Selinsgrove will punt. Should be able to pin Montoursville back. Metzger with the running kick. Fielded by Mall. And down he goes at the 20-yard line.
The trio of Seals there met him.
Metzger's punt returned by number 2, Dylan Mall.
Good coverage, and Selinsgrove plays a little bit of field position game here now with 3:23 to go in the half.
And Young was back on the field. He was the other deep back, so
54, Micah Schauer.
whatever it was, it looked a lot worse than it is.
We know Dylan Young, how tough he is, like we said, on the basketball court, point guard. He's all around.
He's not, he's a defensive back. He's a wide. He doesn't look tough. He plays much more physical, rebounds much better than you think he would. He's got that long, Goldilocks hair going on, so you don't think any toughness.
First team all hair. We already said that before. All right, here we go. 3:23 to go before the half, ball at the 21-yard line. Quick hitter to Delina. Flags fly as a helmet comes off. A Warrior. We might get hands to the face here.
Hunter Shear's pass completes number 9, Jackson Delana. Stopped by number 2, Brandon Heil. Number 21, Wyatt Metzger.
What'd you see, Coach? Anything there on that penalty?
Flag on the play.
Saw a helmet rolling around.
And there was no head in it.
That's the first thing you look for. So.
Holding against Montoursville.
They call, okay.
Face mask against Selinsgrove. Those penalties offset.
Scratch that. We'll do it again.
That's one where the officials are like, I'm assuming he didn't take his own helmet off mid-play, so we got to call something. I didn't see it, you didn't see it, but our context clues tell us somebody did something bad.
1st and 10.
It'll be interesting to see how JC plays this drive. 80 yards away. We get the ball first to start the second half. We've got We've got plenty of time. It just depends how aggressive he wants to be.
And he's had receivers roaming free in the secondary. Penalty to move them back.
Signer,
big haul, up close to the first down.
He's probably the most underrated player offensively. Defensively, he's been fantastic, and he gets his name called all the time. But as a fullback, we just have so many weapons. Whether you got Delane on the outside or you've got Polizzi in the backfield, that Signer kind of the boring fullback up the middle, but he is a very effective runner with that, guard to guard. And there he just got a nice one, but he really does some damage, and he is underappreciated for what he does offensively.
And they did give him the first down. Shearer, back to pass, looks, runs into his own man, now backs up, directing traffic, coming back to the ball is Ott.
Pass complete to number 29, Logan Ott.
I thought Ott stepped out of bounds. Did they?
No.
I thought the back judge was coming up to call, but I guess not. He got
Stepped
9.
out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, great route by Logan Ott. He came back to the ball.
That's twice that they've done that.
Helped
Scramble pattern and Ott. Now, at that point, you're just playing sandlot.
Second down and 1, ball at the 40-yard line. Montoursville getting a little bit of room now, 2:33 to go in the half. And here's a play action. Ott, Shearer, back to pass, looks, deep pass, incomplete, intended for Dylan Mall, in and out of his hands.
Intended for number 2.
Threw it in traffic, coach.
It should have been intercepted, but it could have also then been caught by Montoursville. So one of those tip passes and fell to the ground and nobody benefited.
Well, 3rd and 1. Good passing down there. It was a good way to 2:27 to go in the half. Still lots of time for Montoursville. Leading 7-0 here on a Friday night here in Montoursville.
And if you're Selinsgrove and you're going to come into Montoursville and beat an 8-1 Warrior team, those are plays you got to make. When you get a chance to get a turnover at midfield, you got to come down with it.
And nothing, Polizzi, and Sean takes him down for a loss. Big tackle by the All-State wrestler, Nate Sean. We haven't seen him do much in the backfield tonight, but on defense we've called his name a few times.
Colin Guarini in the punt for the Warriors.
Selinsgrove's been really, really good on 3rd and short.
Number 7,
He's had 2 big hits in the backfield tonight so far, and he had that lone run for Selinsgrove out of the shotgun to get him out of their goal line. So I'd be using him a little bit more offensively personally. I think he's a force.
Yeah. Punt, another nice kick. Fielded by 4. 4 up to the 30-yard line.
Dylan Mall.
Punt returned by number 6, Brett 4.
Well, at some point here, I got to sneak down because I'm the sexy sideline reporter that gets to interview JC as he comes off.
So you're our Erica Andrews.
I'm right in that class.
That's what I was going to go for.
We're like in a dark room, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
All right, Mark's going to head down to the field. Coach and I are going to close out the half here. 1:40 to go. 7-0 Montoursville leads. Big drive here for Selinsgrove before the half.
Well, they've got to be cautious more than anything. They're very lucky to be down by a touchdown at this point. So the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over.
Shock. Oh, big hit, and that might draw a flag there.
And it does.
And that's a good call.
Daniel Shock's pass is incomplete. There is a flag on the play.
Well, Montoursville coach is not happy with that call up here.
Personal foul against Montoursville.
I think it was a good call.
So do I. Can't do that. 10 years ago you could. 5 years ago maybe even, but now it's just the way it is.
And that's going to give them great field position now. 1:37 to go before the half. It's only 7-0
Correct.
on a half that Montoursville has dominated.
Yep.
And they have the ball at the 45-yard line. All 3 timeouts left. 1:37 to go. Plenty of time.
Yeah, they've got to, like I said, you've got a very powerful back in the backfield to run right at them quickly. I think is the best way to do it. You're not going to have tremendous success going side to side, and they're too good. They're simply too good defensively to keep trying to pass without doing something to try and slow the rush down.
brought down by number 44, Zachary Schmalhofer. There's a flag on the play.
Well, intentional grounding here, I think. What do you think?
Quite possibly. Where they dropped it, it looks like that's what it's going to be.
And that's going to push them way back.
That's what I said. You need to be careful here. I know where the ball was.
Against Selinsgrove.
But you also have to look from a coaching
It's a
standpoint
loss
at the
down.
psyche of the team heading into the half. You know, you turn the ball over here, and even a field goal, you're down 2 scores.
Right, absolutely. 2nd and 25. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, Shock back to pass. Under pressure again, sets up the screen, and they had it if they could have got the ball to Sean, but once again,
Cameron Wood was right there, and Cameron Wood almost intercepted that, and he could have walked in backwards if he would have caught that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was watching in warm-ups, Montoursville warm-up down here, and Cameron Wood knocked down about 4 passes in warm-ups when they were throwing the screens out of the backfield. So there you go right there, game situation, now 3rd and 25. They better run the ball here and take some time off the clock.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. The other thing you need to look at here is they're actually helping Montoursville's cause. JC's got to like this. They're stopping the clock with the incomplete passes. Montoursville's got a full complement of timeouts.
2 to the left, 2 to the right, and up the middle goes Shock. Nothing doing in the heart.
JC's going to use one right now. Smart move to call the timeout now.
And they should get great field position again.
Stopped by Zachary Schmalhofer. Timeout, Montoursville.
What's your impressions of Montoursville, Coach, so far this first half?
I'll say what we talked about before the game. They're very talented, very good up front on both sides of the ball. Something we need, I feel bad about kind of neglecting in the pregame and the opening was the steadiness of their offensive line and the steadiness of their defensive line. As you heard throughout the half, you know, they've got some pretty good football players, and they're well schooled, they're aggressive, and they're good athletes on top of it. So my impression is exactly, you know, I think what we expected, a defensive ball game. Although Montoursville's dominated, if you will, going up and down the field, the ultimate thing is the scoreboard and what that says. And right now it says 7-0. You know, Montoursville had one called back, so it could be a 2-score game here. And they very well may put another one in here. They've got 2 timeouts. They're going to have good field position.
And they get the ball.
Correct.
Ball and Young back deep for the Warriors at the 40-yard line. Metzger to punt it away. Metzger, short kick off the side of his foot, takes a Selinsgrove bounce, though. Inside the 40, inside the 35. Dylan Young let it go, and it drops down about the 31-yard line. Good kick, good trade of field position there. Got a lucky bounce. But hey.
Punt is down by number 1, Teague Hoover. It will be 1st and 10 Warriors from their own 31.
40-yard punt. No return. 1:10 to go before the half. Let's see what Hunter Shear has for his Seals defense.
I'm very impressed with him so far. His presence several times in extending plays and directing his receivers to come back to him. And you can tell he's well seasoned, and that bodes well when you're heading into the second season.
Absolutely, and like I said, he's not a running quarterback by any means, but he has that good pocket presence there. Handoff straight up the middle. Big hole, Logan Ott, excuse me.
Yeah, an off-tackle trap that time, Paul, by Montoursville from the shotgun. And there's that feast or famine with so many people on the line of scrimmage and crowding the box. You're going to get stopped, but when you pop one, it's going to be for big yards. That trap play was very well executed by Montoursville.
It'll be 1st and 10. Now we're under a minute. Shear from the pistol, handoff. Ott again up the middle, yards in chunks.
Another trap. We'll see if JC uses a timeout here, and he does.
The ball carrier.
44.7 seconds to go.
Stop by Wyatt.
Timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back with the final 44 seconds of the half.
Timeout, Montoursville.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Welcome back. Pobo, Rich Salonis here. 47 seconds to go in the half. Mark Musina down on the field waiting for halftime interview. We'll be going to him shortly at the break.
So let's not forget Montoursville's weapon, which is the field goal kicker.
Shear back to pass under pressure, just throws it at the feet.
Senior presence again.
Intended for number 33, Cameron Wood.
Cameron Wood.
Selinsgrove sniffed that out. They were all over it, and very wise decision by Shearer that time just to throw the ball into the ground, not try to make something out of nothing. Live to play another down. You've got 2 downs if you want. I don't know if JC would try a long field goal.
Well, you got the leg.
But you certainly, well, in all honesty, you've got 2 legs.
Yeah.
There were 2 kickers that were.
Gordini, the punter, and he kicks off. Little
play action.
Ball across the, in and out of the hands of Cameron Wood.
Yeah, he did a nice job that time of running a play action fake, and they had Cameron on a flag pattern, and it was in and out of his hands.
Hunter Shear's pass intended for number 33, Cameron Wood.
Nice ball.
Would have been a tough catch to make, but definitely could have made it there, and it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, a little bit too far now. You're looking at a 51-yard field goal. I think JC's got to go for it. But that call right there is, personally, I have no problems with that. The way their offense has been able to generate yards the first half. They've done everything except put the ball in the end zone consistently. You know, they had one call back, and they've scored one.
4th and 1, tight formation. In the eye, Shear under center. And there we
that
go.
Kills you right there.
Delina's
flag
moved.
on the play.
Going to have a early movement by Delina.
Illegal procedure against Montoursville.
And that'll back them up 5. Now a 4th and 6.
That changes your play call. See if they spread them out a little bit and look for a one-on-one matchup with a comeback or an out pattern. Some type of timing throw.
You don't think at this point you call for a counter give?
Not right now. As much as I would love a counter give.
4th and 6, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Wood now in at tight end. Delina to the bottom of your screen. Shear from the pistol. Movement again on the line. Shear looks over, steps up in the middle. Incomplete, a little too tall for Dylan Young.
For number 4, Dylan Young, incomplete.
Had time to throw.
Selinsgrove takes over on down.
And it looked to me, I could be wrong there, one of Selinsgrove's safeties
1st and 10 from their own 38.
Didn't have his eye on the football. He was looking to make a tackle, and that ball sailed high. And I think he may have had a chance for an interception there.
Well, Selinsgrove will take over. Still 30 seconds to go in the half.
3 timeouts left. I don't know. I'm a dinosaur, Paul. I'm lucky to get in at half 7-0. I'm going to run the ball 3 times. And Selinsgrove's going to take a knee here, and Coach Hicks is going to be happy also to get in at 7-0 down.
And that's exactly what he does. The clock now
Daniel Schock
is running inside 30 seconds. South still leading Loyal Sox 7-0 as we near the half.
I wonder how much physicality was taken out of Sauk last week from that game we saw down at Warrior Run that they won, but was one of the more physical games we've had broadcasted this year.
That's the end of the first half with the score. The Montoursville Warriors 7,
That's
Selinsgrove
Wyoming
Seals
Valley
nothing.
West leads Williamsport
Fans remind you the
21-7.
concession stands under the west end of the
And that's the
stadium.
end of the first half here. 7-0
Serving a variety of
Montoursville.
hot and
We'll be
cold
right
food and
back
drink, sponsored
after
by
these
the
words.
Grandparents and
Hi, I'm Cammie Rooney, broker-owner of RE/MAX West Branch, and I'm here today to talk about a new program called Heroes Home Advantage that's exclusive to Lycoming County. And I'm also here with Mike Lee from Susquehanna Community Bank. And this program is great because it helps heroes on the front line for us every day. And what we do is we give back 20% of the commission on the realtor side to the hero. And Mike, what do you have at the bank as far as the program?
Well, first off, we're glad to partner with RE/MAX, and Cammie, thank you very much for the partnership. And at closing, we'll give up to $700 back to that hero in our community. And that also, just keep in mind who these heroes are. These are folks who make our community better and safer.
Absolutely. And to qualify to be a hero, it includes the military, whether it's active, retired, or a veteran, law enforcement, first responders, healthcare professionals, and who else, Mike? Anybody I'm missing?
There's another great category too, Cammie, and that's our teachers that are out there.
Awesome.
So we include them in the program as well. So it's a very broad group, and we're just really excited to give back to the community. Our name, Susquehanna Community Bank, has that, obviously, the community name in there. It's a great way to partner with you and give back to the community.
That's great. And RE/MAX West Branch felt that we could really give back to the community because we live and work in this community every day, and these people are on the front line for us, so this is our way of giving back to them.
And the timing is really good for us, by the way. Susquehanna Community Bank, our 7th branch is opening here soon on the Golden Strip. So we're an independent local bank. We formerly known as West Mountain State Bank. We rebranded last year to Susquehanna Community Bank. And we love our independence, and that's the plan for us to have the 7th branch open with ribbon cutting in October.
That's great. So you can call Susquehanna Community Bank or RE/MAX West Branch at 570-321-1010 and check out these great listings. Here's some of these active listings that we currently have at RE/MAX West Branch. And whether you're a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer, or somebody that's downsizing, call us for all of your real estate needs today. We would be glad to help you.
So were you concerned at all coming off last week's game against Southern and how your kids would bounce back?
Absolutely. That's a big concern. You always have that, I call it a sports hangover. I'm not so sure that's the case, though. I mean, these guys always give us problems because of their kind of unique defense that they run up front. Our defense is stout, and they do what they do each and every week. We move the ball, and then we go back 10. And then we move the ball, and we go back 10. And you just can't do that against good football teams.
They've done really well against you in 3rd and short situation. Are they doing anything you haven't expected, or is it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Number 5's a really good player, and he just has a quicker first step than us, and I'm disappointed on those couple 3rd downs that we didn't convert, and we'll get it corrected.
You haven't had a lot of big halftime speeches this year. This is a big one. Are you ready for this?
No, I'm excited.
Hey, thanks, JC. Hey, So that is the story here that we have. Montoursville's not played really a meaningful second half all year. Usually at halftime the fans don't have to hurry back to their seats, and tonight they'd be deciding, do I want to watch the game or do I want to go watch the World Series? So tonight, 7-0 at halftime. Last year at Selinsgrove it was 10-7. So the Seals, as he said, they always play Montoursville tough. And it was a tough first half, and we'll see what adjustments Montoursville comes up with. And can Selinsgrove stay in the game as Montoursville gets the ball to start the second half. So here you are on WebWeeklyLive.com. And now stay tuned for these messages from Blaze Alexander.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Worried about credit? Worry no more. We have over 30 lenders begging us for your business. Only right here, Blaze Alexander, 800 Market Street in Sunbury. Or find us online at blazealexandersunbury.com. We are professional grade. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Hi, it's Jim Webb, and I'm on 4 Mile Drive at Remax West Branch, and I'm with Cammie Rooney. Great to see you, Cammie Rooney.
You too, Jim. How are you doing?
Wonderful. You take over from Deb Williams about 3-4 years ago. You're the broker owner, and one thing that I love is that you give back to the community. Everything you're involved in seems to be community driven, and Deb was the same way, but give me an overview of what's going on here at Remax.
Well, at Remax West Branch, we do love to give back. We give back millions of dollars. Our Remax network to Children's Miracle Network to help young children that are sick in the hospital. We have given back to the local SPCA in the past, and we just live and work in this community, so we feel like it's a great honor to give back to people, and we have some of the best agents around here, and we're experienced, and it's an enjoyable.
And I travel the country, and there's no place like home. I love to get out and about, but I love the West Branch Valley and where we live. And one thing's for sure is the people are special within our communities and our areas.
Absolutely, I agree.
Tell me about the new program you got on with my friend Mike Lee here going on.
It's called Heroes Home Advantage, and that program helps out our local heroes that are on the front line for us every day, working hard. And so this is our way of giving back to the community. Since they are on the front line, we're going to give up 20% of our commission back to them at closing, which could be a huge savings when you're buying or selling a home.
And it's my understanding Mike's down at Susquehanna Community Bank now. They're opening up here soon, but it's exclusive to you two folks, right?
Yes, it's like Cumming County exclusive. Right now it's Remax West Branch and Susquehanna Community Bank are the partners in the program.
That's fantastic. So that's what's going on here on 4 Mile Drive. Get out to a football game near you.
As he rised up his bow. Well, he pulled that bow across strings that made an evil hiss. This band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
Better now. No? Lighter, like the lightning. Go back. That looks more nasty. A little bit warmer.
Sit down in that chair there, let me show you how it's done. He's like,
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Selinsgrove High School Marching Band.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway, where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Worried about credit? Worry no more. We have over 30 lenders begging us for your business. Only right here, Blaze Alexander, 800 Market Street in Sunbury. Or find us online at blazealexandersunbury.com. We are professional grade. Taking deals the other guys won't.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration, softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Montoursville.
You don't even know where you are.
Oh, I just had a score come in. I saw Loyal Sock was beating South at the half, 14-7. I wanted to get that in. I got a little mixed up.
Where did he go at halftime?
Hey, my GPS has me in the wrong side of town.
Does he need a ride home?
I'm on the other side of the bridge. But anyway, Montoursville leads here, 7-0. Paul Bowe to Coach Rich Salonis, Mark Musina. Maybe it's Mike Musina. Sorry if I have him wrong, too.
He's sitting over there. I just passed him when I came back up.
7-0. What do we got to do the second half to get back in the game here if you're a Selinsgrove fan?
Well, I think you keep doing what you're doing and hope for a break at this point. It's obvious they can't get anything going consistently offensively, so you're going to have to make a break on a special teams play or defensively to tie up the ball game and go from there. If you're Montoursville, you just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you've been your own worst enemy the first half.
Yeah, Mark, Montoursville really dominated this game here the whole first half.
Except on the scoreboard. I'll say this. I've been to a lot of high school football games. You will not come to a game in central Pennsylvania with 2 better bands than what we saw here before the game and at halftime.
Absolutely fabulous.
Selinsgrove show they just put on. Montoursville always has a good band, always has 100 members. Selinsgrove just put on the best show ever by a non-Montoursville band on our field. That's Maul.
Maul, the ball carrier, up to about the 36-yard line. Great rendition of the Charlie Daniels Band. I heard Devil went down to Georgia.
They were great. They used a lot of vocals. I've never seen a violin in a halftime show. I've seen some guitar. I wonder if, there was so much singing that they did, if people lost the fact of how good the band played. The band was outstanding.
The young lady playing the violin was fabulous. She was going to town.
And the first thing I noticed, I got like 4 layers on. The drum major's in short sleeves. I was like, what? That kid's. What, you want us to talk about the game now? Relax. We're getting there.
Temperatures falling here as Logan Ott takes it wide, sidesteps a man, and makes something out of nothing there.
Logan Ott, the ball
That's
carrier.
a great 2-yard run right there.
Stopped by number 19, Scott Kissinger.
It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 37, just underway here, third quarter. 7-0 Montoursville.
Selinsgrove certainly has athletes on the defensive side. I mean, they're not small. They're physical. They can move. It's not like we've had a lot of guys open. Montoursville has committed some penalties, and Hunter Shear and Ott have improvised a couple times in the passing game to make some plays. But, they talked about coming in. They held Berwick to 21 or 23 earlier in the season. They knew Selinsgrove defense could play, and they put up a good 24 minutes to start the game.
Baxenai in motion is Delina, now stops. Wants it all. Delina overshoots everybody, and that's picked off. Picked off by number 4. Looks like Kirk down there. Or Kantz, excuse me.
That's the second interception of the year only. We got a flag coming now for something.
That was Hoover, number 1.
It's going to be a dead ball foul, but I didn't see anything. So
I'm not sure what happened.
Was said.
I wondered, they didn't throw it right away because after the kid caught it and went down, and then Jackson jumped on him.
So
but they didn't call that. They're going to call it on Selinsgrove.
Probably said something afterwards.
I think if you watch it, they're kind of lucky that Jackson didn't get a late hit because the guy caught it and went down on his own, and then Jackson jumped on him. And maybe the guy was upset. Either way, it ends up, it's not the opening drive Montoursville wanted, but once again, it's more of the same where Selinsgrove starting 90-plus yards away from pay dirt.
Their own 9-yard line.
And they're going to have to do something now to change field position in the second half because this is where they spent the whole first half.
I know it was only second down, but fast forward, that's even better than a punt as they put them deep in their own end here to start this third quarter.
Well, he made that interception running towards the goal line, and the turf monster got him as he started to turn. He may have had a chance to return it somewhat, but they're in the hole.
Shock under center, handoff Sean up the middle. Trying to push the pile. Pile straight up, maybe a 2-yard gain at best.
It is a little chippy down there. When we were down on the sideline waiting to interview JC on his way off, there's a lot of walking back to the huddle, bumping people, and some little playground antics, if you will. And we'll see if the chippiness continues and if more flags come out, because just in a one-score game, one 15-yard penalty can mean the difference.
Straight up the gut again. Ball out, but way after the whistle.
And this is exactly what I mentioned right when you asked me what I thought Selinsgrove needed to do. This isn't pretty.
Stopped by Jackson.
People don't enjoy it anymore, but it's what you can do against what you're going up against in Montoursville's defense. 225-pound back, run right at him, get the ugly yards. He's very hard to bring down, and maybe hope to pop one. Get yourself out of negative field position and punt if you have to. It's a 7-0 ball game. There's no shame in being ugly.
And sets up a very manageable 3rd and 2 now.
What happened? Why is the clock stopped?
Not sure why it stopped. Handoff up the middle again. Schoen breaking tackles across the 35-yard line. Best run of the night for the Seals. And it'll be a first down.
Number 5.
I think this game's going to be 30 seconds longer than it should be.
First down, Selinsgrove.
But that was a big play for Selinsgrove. That's a big opening drive as Montoursville came out and with a quick turnover, and Selinsgrove backed up inside their own 10, and they run it 3 times in a row, and now they're out all the way to the 37. So Selinsgrove has established the offensive line of scrimmage here, and as Coach said, that's what they needed to do.
Absolutely. Baxton and I again, handoff up the middle. Shun gets a breather.
Now that's late. You can't, how do you miss that? For 21 just came and just put his helmet right into the back of the guy who's making the tackle.
Number 23, Dean Hollenbach with the carry.
Hollenbach getting the carry for about a 2-yard gain here. Making him 1. 2nd and 9, ball at the 37. Clock running, 9 minutes to go, third quarter.
I mean, it's either a late hit or it's a block in the back because you don't have the ball. And just because the guy's getting tackled, you can't hit him in the back. So, and the white hat was standing right there looking at it.
Handoff running wide. That's Hollenbach again, trying to get to the corner and does not.
Number 23, Dean Hollenbach with the carry.
Pushed out of bounds. Maybe a
Out
yard.
of bounds by number 8, Dylan Bennett.
Dylan Bennett on the tackle, out of bounds.
But I believe they've had maybe 4 yards total outside the tackles tonight. You're not going to run wide. It's just, that's not going to happen.
Montoursville's coaches said that the one of the penalty calls that the referees explained was a hit on a defenseless receiver, which, as they said, that's not a rule in high school football. That's a rule in the NFL. So now sometimes you get officials who do college games and high school games, and the rules aren't always the same, but I'm sure none of these guys do the NFL. So they're a little upset on the Montoursville side that they're making up rules that don't exist.
Well, we have the same problem up in my area with Little League. But anyway, Schoen takes it wide, stumbles straight ahead.
Number 5, Nate
Is that
Shaw,
Smallhofer again?
Stopped by C.J. Signer.
Oh, no, it's Signer.
Signer in there. 4th down and 9. 4th and 8. Now they moved it to 6. 4th and 6. And they will punt it away.
They got to punt. But they did a little bit to help their field position. That was really, those 30 yards were huge for
Deep
Selinsgrove.
for the Warriors. Number 2, Dylan Mull. Number 4, Dylan Young.
Mull and Young back deep. Metzger to punt it away. 7:30 to go. Montours. Oh, high snap. Did a good job getting it down. Line drive kick. Takes another Selinsgrove bounce. Fielded by Mull. Sidesteps a man. Now tracks again to the 25.
I think we're going to get a block in the
Yeah,
back.
that's going backwards.
Number 2, Dylan Mull with the return of the punt.
Another helmet off.
Number 65,
So
Schaefer, there's a flag on the play.
I'm going to add on to what Mark said a little earlier about the chippiness, and hate to be Nostradamus here, but if I think the
there's a flag. There's a late flag.
Officials need to get this under control, or it's going to get ugly here.
And
by the
Delano
time
was
we're
just
done.
complaining. He wasn't. That wasn't a late hit. That was basically, you guys got to blow the whistle. And there's a hold on Montoursville, so they're going to mark that.
Holding against Montoursville.
And then they have a dead ball unsportsmanlike on Montoursville.
Also unsportsmanlike conduct against Montoursville.
Montoursville is going to find themselves really far back in their own area, in their own end. And the fans here don't like it, as you can hear in the background here, though. But, Coach, I think you're right, though. They want to take charge this game. They got to settle this down. It's getting ugly out there.
Well, the best way, in my opinion, to do it is to blow the darn whistle, get them together on the field, and tell them to knock it off, or people are going to be sitting out the rest of the game. You can't be having these. It's like every time they snap the ball now, we're getting 15-yard penalties. And the two quality programs don't need to be doing that.
Well, now Montoursville finds themselves where Selinsgrove was the whole game, and they've had trouble running tackle to tackle. So are they going to be gutsy and put it up in the air, or are they going to try to pound it? I would assume Montoursville 1st and 10 is going to run this.
Shearer from the pistol, handoff up the middle.
And that inside trap's been one of their better plays tonight on the ground.
You're right.
Going to net him about 5 or 6 yards.
No, that wasn't Polizzi. That was Ott. Ott has been very effective with that inside trap.
Logan Ott, the ball carrier.
And now Montoursville's offense needs to get some yardage back to keep Selinsgrove at the long field that they've been the whole time. Selinsgrove needed to change field position, and they did, and then some penalties helped them. And now Montoursville's got to at least put together a little bit of a march.
Ott picked up 5, sets up 2nd and 5. Pass Delina on the side, 1st down, and out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Jackson Delina again found a little bit of an opening, made some
Shear's
space.
pass complete to
Quick
number
hitter,
9, Jackson
and
Delana.
out of bounds. First down,
Brought
Montoursville.
down by Daniel Shaw.
That's a really good call because they
Montoursville.
avoided the run. Your tendency there to run and get some of it and end up with a 3rd and short. Well, Montoursville's had a lot of difficulty with 3rd and short today. So just the quick stop route to Delana, and he can fight forward and get the first down. That was a big first down, a good call from JC there on 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he threw it to the outside, too, where Delina used that 6'3" frame to shield himself, where only he could catch the ball and get out of bounds there. What a first down. Delina now in motion, Shear from the pistol. Handoff, Ott, looking for room, cuts back in traffic.
Logan Ott with the carry.
Gains about 2.
Stopped by number 19, Scott Kissinger.
Kissinger on to tackle for Selinsgrove.
And as long as on those, that's not a great play, but 2 yards isn't a terrible play. 2nd and 8 certainly better than 2nd and 11. So when your bad plays still get 2, those are the little things that help keep a drive alive.
2nd and 7, ball at the 27, 6 minutes to go. Halfway done in the third quarter here. Quick moving quarter as Delina is in motion, and a handoff up the middle to Ott again. Big
Same
hit.
inside trap play.
Number 29, Logan Ott, the ball carrier, stopped by Brandon Heil. First down, Warriors.
Big hit by Brandon Heil there, but not before. Another first down for Montoursville.
That is, Montoursville's either going to keep running it or Selinsgrove's going to have to adjust. And then when they do adjust to that, where are they going to get softer? But we found the one play that's worked. There's only been one play that's worked consistently for either team all night, and Montoursville just found it.
Sure, again, Polizzi now checks into the backfield. Here's a handoff up the middle, 40, 45. Tripped up at the 49-yard line. He was headed for daylight. And a Seal just got their hand up and knocked him down.
First down, Montoursville.
When Selinsgrove's pressuring so much with the defensive line as they're trying to get upfield, the quick trap game is very effective against that. And that's why Montoursville's having so much success with that particular play.
1st and 10, ball up at the 48-yard line. Shear once again from the pistol. Handoff again, Polizzi. Cuts back, 50, 45, gets to the outside, 40, 35, 30, and out.
Number 6, Rocco Polizzi, the ball carrier.
Polizzi is so quick, he gets to the outside in a hurry and turns on the Jets.
When you get past that first level, again, when you've got 8 people in so close to the line of scrimmage, it's feast or famine. And I'm really happy with the way JC's sticking to his guns here and continuing with the run game.
This is a statement drive here for Montoursville.
You mean he's not giving in to the fans who are yelling, throw it, throw it, throw it? You think? Or doesn't he hear that with his headset on?
Oh, I don't know, but I think he's doing the right thing. But then it's one coach to another, so.
Polizzi up the middle. Gets a nice 5, and there goes another flag into the pile.
Polizzi, the ball carrier.
Now this is a big penalty depending who they call this on. Montoursville's marching.
There's a flag on the play.
If Montoursville goes backwards 15 yards, it takes him out of field goal range.
I think this is on Montoursville.
I think it is too.
Personal foul, face mask against Montoursville.
So that's essentially like hands to the face, because it's in the interior of the line. It was a lineman. There were 2 guys scrapping. I was going to say about Polizzi, when you see Polizzi, he's like a big, strong kid who's straight ahead fast. You would never guess, just looking at him run, that he's as nimble and as well balanced as he is, because he's not built like a little scat back, but he runs through tackles and he avoids the solid hit and gets through it and keeps his feet going really well.
And he can change direction in a hurry, too, and you wouldn't expect that.
No, he doesn't look like a kid that could, but he can, and that's why he's really good.
Only a sophomore, too. Future is bright here for the Warriors.
So now 1st and 20, because it happened 5 yards downfield, so it spotted the foul. And Montoursville, did they just self-destruct their own drive here in the third quarter?
Shear back to pass, looking over the middle. Pass complete to Dylan Young.
Hunter Shear's pass complete to number 4, Dylan Young.
He got half of it back. That's good.
Stopped by number 7, Joshua Nyland.
Dylan Young made a nice adjustment on the ball. The ball was thrown inside, and he made a nice adjustment and went in and got it in traffic and got about half, as you said, Mark, back with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Montoursville's been right around the 30-yard line a lot. they would love to come away with any kind of points here just to make it a 2-score game. With their kicking game, they don't need much more.
Oh, big hit there on Paluzzi by Sean.
It's shown that time they try to trap and nobody blocked back on him.
Paluzzi with a carry, stopped by number 5, Nate Schoen.
And as much as that was a nice tackle, it's a little bit easy to do when no one blocks you.
I was going to say, and when everyone's like, that's a terrible play call, well, if you execute, it might have been a perfect play call. But there, Montoursville was just, here they are again in that netherworld.
And once again, third down right around the 30, 35-yard line.
I believe this is at least the 5th time
Man,
they've been in this range where kick it, punt it.
Do they go trap to Ott and just try to get in field goal range?
I think they're going to throw here. Oh, they're going to back up 5 yards is what they're going to do.
Right tackle move.
False start on number 76.
Illegal procedure.
Well, either way, as things seem to be going awry, Montoursville did what they needed to do again, and they've changed field position. So even if they end up with a punt is not what they were looking for, but they will leave Selinsgrove 85 or 90 yards away from the end zone again, which in this ping-pong match, that's when you're up 7-0, you can get away with it.
And this drive started back at their own 10-yard line. They moved to the 40-39 of Selinsgrove, 3rd and 19.
What do we have, 40 yards in penalties on this drive?
There's the handoff to Ott. Spinning move in traffic. Down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now they are in field goal range.
Ott has run the ball well tonight. He has really, really run it well. And here comes Plankenhorn. Plankenhorn made one at Loyal Sock. I'm just saying off the top of my head it was 48, and he made it by plenty.
Yeah,
and what was funny about it is they froze him, and the first kick was no good. But then they went out and they tried it again, and he blasted it. And Montoursville short. Are they going to have to call it? Now they got plenty of time. There's 19 on the play clock, 18 on the play clock. It's okay.
And Plankenhorn ball will be placed down at the 35-yard line. 45-yarder for Ian Plankenhorn.
Distance will not be a problem.
Snap, spot, kick is up. Kick is
by 2 or 3
yards.
Good. Easily.
Ian Plankenhorn from 45 yards out.
Good. With 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the score.
And what's interesting is we talked to him before the game, Paul, and he informed us that he's being looked at by no one, which
I said when he made the one at Loyal Sock, because I think, was Guarini first team All-State last year? Guarini's done all the kicking up until they're both soccer players. They're both really good soccer players. I think they only show up to football on Thursdays and Fridays, obviously. And I said, he's going to be one. If he went to some Division I school like Pitt, he might show up one day at practice and have a scholarship in about 15 minutes.
He's 20 for 20 on extra points and now 6 for 6 field goals. Coach, that is perfect.
It is. I'm shocked. My jaw dropped. Well, you were right next to me on the field. We sort of looked at each other. And the first thing I asked him was, "Are your grades good?" After he said no one was looking at him, he said, "Yeah." Just I don't know how he's fallen through the cracks, to be honest.
It's unfortunate that Montoursville's had 2 super kickers in the same grade. Not even on the same team, but they're both seniors. And it is one thing with all the talent that Montoursville has, one of the things that gets lost in the shuffle is we win the kicking game every week. And we've been doing it now for years with Guarini. And Guarini's a good punter, too. So it is such an advantage when you can win the kicking game.
And Guarini will kick off high, end over end, fielded down at the 2-yard line. Up to the 5, 10, 15, across the 20-yard line.
Now, there was a cut block right in the middle of the field, and I don't know how they missed the chop block.
I don't know who the head referee is, but he does not want to get a do they chart these and give the referees grades like they do players? Because his grade is not going to be because that's his call. It's right in front of him. You can't get back body dropped. How about that? Sunset flip? You can't do that on a kickoff.
Shades of Rick the Model Martell.
Wait, who?
Rick Martell, Tony Gurria.
I know Tony Gurria.
Ah, come on.
Rick Martell?
We'll look him up.
Salvatore Belomo, I knew that one.
I know Sal. Sal's from Lehighton.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. Just passed away a couple of years ago.
Salvatore Belomo was from Lehighton?
He lived in Lehighton, and he just passed away a few years ago. He was back overseas, had a very successful wrestling school. I met him a few times. Good guy.
All right, 2nd and 7. We will. Isn't Ricky the Dragon Steamboat living in upstate New York or something like that too?
He lives in Florida, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard he was a school teacher in upstate New York.
That's
what I
Tito Santana.
Oh, I was
You're
close. All right, I was close.
I will do some more wrestling after this drive here. Schoen trying to get to the corner. Does ball out, and picked up by Logan Ott. And Montoursville has a big break there, Coach.
Well, what they did is the last 2 plays they went wildcat with Schoen getting the direct snap, and they ran 2 lead plays. That was a very successful off-tackle lead, but he fumbled.
And there's pushing here on the sideline.
Their player is in J.C. Kiefer's face. I'll tell you this. It's going to be hard to watch this film and say Selinsgrove's not a pretty, we'll say chippy. I won't say dirty, but they're a pretty dirty team.
I think he's out of the game. I think they just threw him out.
Dylan Young stripped the ball, and then Dylan Young got pushed in the back, landed straight on his face, and the officials have let this go. There have been so many cheap shots from the white shirts. Have they called a personal foul? This is because he got in the coach's face. Have they called a late hit or anything cheap on Selinsgrove all game?
This is on Montoursville, this penalty.
It can't be.
It is. The referee is motioned that. I believe it's on them.
They have a player on the other bench in the head coach's face, and there's no penalty on him? You would think he's ejected. But just why? I mean, at the end of the play.
What probably is going to happen is they're going to mark off the penalty during the play against Montoursville, and then they should march off the personal foul against
what was the penalty?
Player. That I don't know. They're discussing.
Well, it seems like it's Montoursville's ball either way.
That's definite. I didn't see a double fumble there. That ball was definitely out, picked up, recovered, and headed down the sidelines.
But when you watch the film and Dylan Young strips it, and Ott picks it up, and he's running back, and the kid pushes Dylan Young square in the back, and he lands on his face. And that's why JC was losing his mind, because it's been, there's the late hit when the guy puts his helmet into our tackler. There's the cut block on the kickoff. There's that. It's just like at the end of every play, there's something from a white shirt, and Montoursville hasn't gotten a call all night, but they threw a penalty on Delana because he was complaining. They did call, when the kid got his helmet ripped off, they did call that.
On Montoursville.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Montoursville.
Wait. They're throwing.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Selinsgrove.
Well, a Montoursville player has been ejected from the game.
Who did they eject?
I don't know who it was, but somebody's been thrown out.
Did they eject Kiefer? I don't know who they ejected.
Maybe it was an assistant coach. Someone's taking a walk. You would know. You would know, Mark, who it is.
I don't. Who
down
came
on
out?
the 20s, walking out. See him? He's being escorted.
Oh, is that?
Whoever, I don't know what coach that
I know
is.
That's Dietrich. Dietrich may be taking one for the team here, because I think that was, I don't know. This officiating crew is going to have, there's going to be a meeting with this officiating crew and a film and a supervisor, because this has been out of control.
Well, let's settle it down here. It's 1:16 to go in the third quarter. Montoursville leads 10-0. We have a stoppage here for about 5 minutes, trying to reset here. 2 ejections, one from Montoursville. Not sure who got thrown out from Selinsgrove.
Nobody got thrown out
from there.
No, they had it unsportsmanlike, but no one was ejected. That they signaled at least.
He signaled twice with his hands.
He did?
Either way, yeah.
Now, this is very WWE, because the official now is being very emphatic with the coach. While the play's going on, he's not emphatic at all, because he doesn't call anything. But now he's lecturing people. We are 3 quarters into the game. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a local crew. I know some of the guys. I would love to be in a film room with the supervising official and this crew as they explain what the heck's going on out here.
All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Shear from the pistol. Dylan Young to the bottom of your screen, looking for Delina. Delina to go. Shear looking, throws over the middle. Comeback pattern by Dylan Young. Came back to the ball again. Nice move by Dylan Young, helping his quarterback out again, and once again pushing and shoving.
Well, he tackled him, and then he spun him, and then he tackled him, and whatever, I guess.
Hunter Shear's pass completes number 4, Dylan Young, brought down by number 7, Joshua
Just look at the top of your screen there.
He wanted to do a double move, a stop and go.
Stop and go
It was
there.
very well played by Selinsgrove's corner. When you have a quarterback who's as well seasoned as Shear, he was able to come off of that read quickly, keep his poise, and make a great throw for a first down.
You might see him come back to that. He had no help over the top there, and Lott up the middle. 20,
there's your trap.
15, 10.
Number 29, Logan off the
And this is how you answer a bunch of nonsense. You shut your mouth, strap up your chin straps, and you take it to him up front. That's the best way to answer.
Yeah, Montoursville here has a chance to let the quarter run out and get to the fourth quarter unless they want to keep the momentum while they think they got Selinsgrove. I might actually run one more because you kind of got them on their heels. You've got a little momentum going. Clock management would say you let it run out and start the fourth quarter, but you think you got them going a little bit. I might smash them one more time.
Shear once again from the pistol. Lone setback is hot. Hand off to, check that number.
That's Reeder.
Reeder into the ball game. Spinning down close to the goal line. He's going to be a little bit short.
That's his first carry in a month. That's a good run.
Jacob Reeder, good run, shifty, 8-yard run. That's the end of 3 quarters here in Montoursville, 10, Selinsgrove nothing. We'll be right back with the final quarter.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Montoursville, fourth quarter. Paul Bowl, Rich Salonis, Mark Musina. We're ready to start the fourth quarter. Hopefully this one can end peacefully. Montoursville knocking at the doorstep at the 1-yard line here, looking to punch it in.
Well, now, and where Montoursville is, again, they're 2 scores up. So they're going to run it here. They're going to run it here because even if they don't get in, it gets the clock running. They may run it just 3 times, and even if they get stuffed 3 times, they've still shortened the game. They're offsides. They've left them 99 yards away, and they're up 2 scores.
Delina in motion and a pitch wide to Ott. Cuts back, stretches for the goal line, and he is
Logan Ott, the ball carrier.
Short at the half-yard line. Before I forget, Coach, our good friend is listening to the game again. Sent me a text message. Our good friend Carl Eisworth listened to the game. He loves Coach Zalonis, he said. Coach, say hello to Carl.
Hello, Carl.
Mark, you don't know Carl, but he's a big fan of Webb Weekly Live.
Well, why wouldn't you be? You threw me. I didn't know what to say. I had no comeback for that.
Carl's listening.
I'm just thinking, do you go Signer here? A little fullback right ahead?
Shear. Handoff. Ott again. And he is in for the touchdown.
Number 29, Logan Ott with a Montoursville touchdown.
Big touchdown here. Puts the lead to 16. Point after pending.
And that's the best way to calm things down.
But is it going to calm things down? Because now if you're Selinsgrove,
Garini on now for the extra point.
They've already been chippy, and now they're down 17-0. They're not having a great year. What are they, 6-3? They got hammered by Southern. Well, everyone's got hammered by Southern. They got shut out by Jersey Shore, didn't they? real bad, like 30-something to nothing. They lost to Berwick. This would be their 4th loss, so we'll see how things go now in the 4th quarter as this now they're 3 scores down with that extra point.
Kick is good. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. 17-0 Warriors. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed. Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander.
All right, we are back here at Montoursville, 17-0. The Warriors got some room here now. Selinsgrove has to really change what they're doing here and get some points in a hurry, down 3 scores with only 11 minutes to go.
Well, that score is huge for Montoursville. As Mark said, 3 scores down, but now it's going to limit you.
And there's a bobble of the kick there, now fielded up to the 15, 20, tries to get to the corner and does. 25, head down at the 30, and out is Nyland.
Blankenhorn with it. Oh, here comes the flag.
John, that better be on Selinsgrove,
I didn't see
number
that
1. Yep, the stuff that's been going on all night. Had the Montoursville player down on the ground, rubbing him into the turf. So if this goes against Montoursville, and it doesn't. So,
he called hold.
It wasn't a hold. Well, maybe he was continually holding him on the ground. But,
just things when we were down there, just guys walking back to the huddle and guys bumping into people walking back to the huddle, just chippy little. And it's no surprise that the rumor of that this was how Selinsgrove plays had preceded them. Montoursville expected this. They talked to other teams and other officials who had seen them, and they said that this is the way Selinsgrove plays. So Montoursville is not surprised. I'm just surprised that it got as out of hand as it did.
Well, you got to nip that in the bud as soon as it happens the first time. And like you said, like Coach said, you call timeout, you go to both sidelines, you tell them you're not going to put up with it, and that's the end of it. Pass incomplete, out of bounds, hauled in by 4, but he was out.
And first and foremost, that's the official's responsibility. Second, and I said when we were off the air, but I'm going to say it now that we're on. What disturbed me with the Selinsgrove player and the coach's face, regardless of what went down there, I'm sure Mark will find out after the game, Selinsgrove coaches did nothing. They should have been across the field pulling their kids back, and that doesn't send a good signal to me. Well, for what it's worth.
Shock back from the shotgun, back to pass, looking under pressure, flushed out, incomplete again, and all over him was 2 Warriors. I'll tell you what, Montoursville now is just pinning their ears back, and they're coming.
That's it.
And not to get lost in this, Shock is an athlete. Yeah. He can throw. He is mobile. He's big.
He is a big kid. 6'3", I believe he's listed at.
He is is he a senior?
He is a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
6'3", 205 pounds. Only a sophomore.
He is a super talent.
Yeah, he's a big kid, and we were watching him in warm-ups throwing bombs from the 50, and they were catching him in the end zone. He was throwing about 50 yards in the air.
And that's all nice, but he has to have time to do it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any time at all. This line is retreating backwards. Chalk looking to air one out here for 4. Oh, nice catch with a little bit of a push off, but he did come down with it inside Warrior territory.
Complete to number 4, Christian Kentz.
And it's good that right after we talk about how good Shock is, he throws a perfect ball. That is a nice catch because there's not a lot of room there. That's a good play. That's a really good play for Selinsgrove.
Number 4, 2 of the 2 biggest pass games tonight, gains have been on tremendous catches.
Yeah.
Number 4, Christian Kantz, went up high for that one, came down. Nice play, nice throw. Now we got trips to the left of Shock. First
they
and
got
10.
A bunch of trips. No tight end. Now they spread it all out again.
Back to pass throws. Quick slant over the middle. That's Nyland. Nyland trying to get in the open field and tries to get out of bounds. Stiff arms Dylan Mall. And there goes another flag.
Number 7, Joshua Nyland.
All right, so if this is on Selinsgrove, he had to have said something because there was no contact.
Yeah.
Dylan Mall, there's a flag.
And it is going to be on them.
He actually, the two Montoursville defenders went down, and Nyland never went down. Wait,
Unsportsmanlike
he pointed the wrong way. He pointed the wrong way.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Selinsgrove.
Mr. White Hat has not had a good night. He really hasn't.
They're having a rough night.
Wow.
And part of the, years ago they would have been graded, but I don't even know if there's enough officials to grade anymore.
There might not be.
And that certainly doesn't excuse the performance tonight both ways. You just hope nothing stupid happens. It's going to cost kids games the first week of the playoffs.
Exactly.
Well, 10 minutes to go in this one here.
So because it's dead ball, the play counts.
Correct.
So the gain counts, and then they go backwards. You're at 2nd and 18.
2nd and 18 again. Trips to the left. Bunch formation. For Schock. Back to pass. Under pressure.
Yep.
Down he
Is that
goes.
Schmalhofer? Yep. He's having a great game. Selinsgrove tackles upset because he wanted the quarterback to step up in the pocket, but there was nowhere to step up.
It is tough, and what Montoursville's done in this package, they have all three of their defensive ends. They've moved Cameron Wood down to a tackle, but the three ends that they rotate are Schmalhofer, Keene, and Wood, and they're all in there now.
Well,
just in an
no
obvious
threat.
pass situation. Yep, as you said.
And this is a smart move by Montoursville's coaching staff. And now, I don't know, if I'm Selinsgrove, a little bit more urgency here.
4 wide for Selinsgrove. 3rd and 32. Quick slant. Dropped or caught. He did catch it, but he fell, and he'll be down. That's number 6. That's Brett 4.
Shock's pass completion number 6, Brett 4.
And it'll be 4th and a country mile, and they'll be punting away with 9 minutes clock running in the 4th quarter. Montoursville will get the ball back, leading by 17.
Number 21.
And I don't know, inside of 5 minutes, with the way things are going tonight in the playoffs down the road, I would strongly talk to the staff and consider getting some key kids off the field.
I agree with you.
Kick, high kick. Fair catch called for by Dylan Young at the 32-yard line. That's where Montoursville will take over. 8:45 to go in this one. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
From their own.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
All right, we are back here, 8:45 to go. Thank you for spending your Friday night on WebWeeklyLive.com. From Montoursville, Montoursville leads Selinsgrove 17-0.
That looks like Reeder again. Yeah,
that is Reeder. Second carry of the game. Or Jacob Reeder returning from injury.
Number 22, Jacob Reeder.
See, now if you're J.C. Kiefer, you're like, listen, we've won. There's 8.5 minutes to go. We haven't given up any points yet. We're not giving up 3 scores. We just want to get the game over with, have nobody get hurt.
Run, and run the clock.
Good time now with the well-seasoned quarterback to use that play clock.
Yeah, we should be. They're still 20. They're still 19. We'll see how long Hunter wants to drag it.
Hot back into the ball game and carrying, plunges ahead. He'll be 3rd and about 4, 3rd and 3.
Logan Ott with the carry.
As much as you want to throw the ball maybe here, and
I wouldn't.
No way.
I wouldn't.
Nope. Keep it on the ground. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't have to throw another pass for the rest of the game.
7:47 to go in this one here. Clock still running. 17-0 Montoursville. Pitching a shutout here.
It's right there. Very smart move by Hunter. He's checking the clock.
Snapping the ball with 3 seconds to go. The last couple drives. And again, now a pitch wide, and
that should be a late hit right there. He led with his face.
On with the carry.
54 for Selinsgrove, to me at least, came in a little late.
And Micah Shower.
Meek on the tackle.
I don't know.
He kind of juggled the snap and it threw everything off. But yeah,
discombobulated from the start.
But at least they didn't fumble, and he went down, and everybody gets off, and the punt's a good play.
We don't have ready available stats, but I'll be surprised if Selinsgrove's over 6 first downs for the game.
Yeah, they had that one drive to start the second half, and they hit a couple big plays up the side. They don't have many. Montoursville here doing a better job managing the clock.
And Gordini will kick it away with 3 seconds to go on the clock. High kick heading to the sidelines and out about the 33-yard line.
Colin Garini's punt goes out of bounds. It will be 1st and 10
at the 35.
Selinsgrove from their own 35.
6:19 to go. 17 to nothing.
JC has done a good job of that throughout his coaching tenure of having kids. You'll see Montoursville punt it out of bounds more than most teams, because in a point right here where he's like, defensively, we've got them. We don't want to give them a chance. Their best chance to score might be on a punt return, so we're not going to give them a punt return, just kick it under the sideline. And now Selinsgrove goes double tight, double. They've bunched everything in.
And running here goes Sean from the Wildcat.
Give them that all day. Now, it doesn't matter. Let them run that for the rest of the game.
And maybe that's Selinsgrove's indication that maybe that's the white flag coming out right there.
Yeah, Shock not even on the field.
No, they pulled the Wildcat a couple times this second half, Paul and Mark. But it's been amid some other things that have been going on that we've been talking about that have been important.
It's 5:43 to go. 2nd and 8. Sean again with the direct snap, turns it up, turns his head, shoulders square, and that'll be a first down.
Shown the ball carrier. Tripped up by number 4, Dylan Young. First down, Selinsgrove.
We talked about Montoursville substituting maybe. Selinsgrove's got a home game next week also. So
5:18 to go. Sean again, direct snap. No gain on the play, and another late hit.
The ball carrier.
Pushing the back by 79, Selinsgrove to one of Montoursville's linemen, but I think they're going to let that go.
We're under 5 minutes to go here.
I've always wondered, when you're not, because I see 2 linemen there talking after the play's over, and when you're down 17-0 and you haven't scored, have they got the ball across midfield? They've been close. I mean, what do you possibly say?
You got me.
You would think at that point you would be polite.
Shown again.
And there's a hold on number 50 that they missed.
That's a good run.
Number 5, Nate Schoen with the carry.
Schoen with a good effort, good little hurdle.
Number 29, Logan Ott. Number 4, Dylan Young.
He got much more on that run than he should have. That's a good play.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're not winning this game.
3rd down here.
You got the playoffs to think about. I'm subbing everybody. To me, there's no need for your starters to be in right now if you're Selinsgrove.
Well, I was going to say on both teams, you might want to send a little text across and say, I'll take my starters out, you take your starters out, and let's get ready for next week. I agree with you. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Oh, and a big hit again after the whistle.
False start, Selinsgrove.
Well, we'll be gearing it up for the second season here for both teams. Montoursville's.
Who's Selinsgrove get? You said they got a home game. Do they not know who they play?
We don't know yet. A lot of it depends, I think, Mark, on Jersey Shore. We know Montoursville's definitely the 1 seed.
Yep.
So they'll be at home as long as they keep winning.
I heard Shamokin. Does that look like a matchup next week?
It may be, Mark. I don't know for sure.
Cameron Wood with a great play.
And he ran right by the guard that time. They still have him down at defensive tackle. It's too quick.
Loyalsock leading South Williamsport now 24-7 in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Lancers got on track late.
Loyalsock's an interesting team. They got some playmakers.
Yeah, we've did a bunch of their games this year, and they're up and down.
Well, Selinsgrove tattooed them pretty good.
Well, this Selinsgrove team, defensively, you can understand why it's hard to score on this team.
Yeah, they're very physical.
And offensively, I don't know. I know they've had trouble. They got shut out against Jersey Shore. It's hard to tell because Montoursville's defense is so good. I would just fair catch it.
And Jersey Shore got a tough defense, too. They have a real tough defense.
Caught by number 2, Dylan Ball.
2:54 to go in this one. Quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle.
We are back here, and number 8 is into the ball game. That's Dylan Bennett.
Oh, direct snap to Bennett. Bennett's a good athlete. It's a good run.
Nice physical run, absolutely.
He's a good linebacker. He's a good wrestler. He doesn't. He kind of, when Delana was hurt, he played a little wide out, but he's a good linebacker.
That's good for another Warrior first down.
I was going to say, are you close to just taking knees?
2:32 to go. Clock running. It's a first down, but the clock was running.
I mean, you can run this all the way down to 2 minutes. I think right now I would just take 3 knees and see what you're going to be down to 20 seconds.
Why is the clock not running?
Yeah, who stopped the clock?
Bennett again runs it just straight ahead. Another hit on the far side. Dylan Young took a tumble.
Now the game should be...
Yeah, the game's like 50 seconds longer than it's supposed to be.
At least. This is twice the clock should have been running, and it hasn't. So, 17-point spread.
And I'll say this. I've done a lot of, I've done a lot of PA announcing for basketball games, and I've done some clock operating. Clock operating is hard. If you're a fan of the game, it is hard because you almost can't watch the game. You've just got to focus on officials and whistles and signals, and it is much harder of a job than you would think.
1:42 to go in this one, 2nd and 6. Bennett still in the game, straight up the middle.
Dylan Bennett, the ball carrier.
And there's no flag.
Stopped by Teague Hoover and
Teague Hoover, number 1, in there again, right in the middle of things. He's been all around that ball.
Now you're just going to take knees and, But that's where, you're right, as a coach, I think I'm in film room going, do you think that makes you cool? Because you just slammed a guy with 90 seconds to go in a game after they've totally dominated us? Oh, yeah, I think I'm supposed to go down. Where's Riz? Is he in the car? So I'm not going?
47 seconds to go.
All right, I'll stay here
running.
then.
Bennett straight ahead. And that'll be a first down, and they can just take the ball carrier.
Well, it's hard fought. It's the first time Montoursville's had to play 4 hard quarters all year. And I'm sure going into the playoffs that the coaching staff will be happy about to be tested. I mean, you want to come out and kick everybody's butt, but you also want to be tested. And you figure sometime through the 10-game schedule you're going to be.
Let's just hope it ends peacefully here in the handshake line here, because I'll tell you what, this was a physical game here.
Usually by the handshake line it's better. That everything's kind of calmed down and But we'll see. You never know.
Two proud programs, two winning programs, two teams that don't back down. So it's good to see there's no nonsense going on.
That's the end of the game with the final score, Montoursville 17, Selinsgrove nothing.
Quite a long conversation.
I was just watching that too. I was watching the coaches talk.
NCAA Class 3A District 4 playoff game.
Oh, and now they're separating some people.
Nonsense there, some separation. So this is.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back here to close things up here from Montoursville.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price.
Hi, Corey Brown here, Blaze Alexander, Buick Cadillac GMC in Sunbury. We currently have new 2019 Sierra 1500s in stock with up to $12,900 off. New Acadias with up to $10,800 off. We have new Buick Encores as low as $21,488. We have the lowest prices guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Worried about credit? Worry no more. We have over 30 lenders begging us for your business. Only right here, Blaze Alexander, 800 Market Street in Sunbury. Or find us online at blazealexandersunbury.com.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the... Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
All right, Coach, we are back here. Cooler heads did prevail at the end of the game. Thank God. It was a messy game. You hate to see this happen at any level, especially on the high school level. Getting ready for the playoffs. Montoursville, very impressive tonight. 17-0 win over Selinsgrove. What do we take away from this one?
Hard-fought win for the Warriors, and tested for the first time all year, as Mark alluded to earlier. For the first time, had to play 4 quarters, and that's a good thing. That's the positive going into the playoffs. They appear to be injury-free. That's a positive going into the playoffs. But they got to clean up some things. I think JC would be the first to tell you with the turnovers and the penalties. Because while it was 17-0 tonight final, it could have been a little bit worse.
Yeah, they did have some chances. They had a touchdown called back, a 30-yard touchdown called back. I was impressed with Hunter Shear, the senior leadership, stepping up in the pocket, continually finding open receivers. Dylan Young, number 4, made a couple nice catches, helping his quarterback out, coming back to the ball. But this Montoursville defense was, it looked like the 85 Bears. It was like the monsters of the Midway. They were all over Shock for Selinsgrove, and Sean couldn't really get much going on the ground. He did at the end, but the score was kind of out of control there. But anyway, Montoursville finishes the season 9-1. They're headed to the playoffs. Selinsgrove's headed to the playoffs. And like you said, it's a new season. Anything can happen. Like I said, just happy this one ended peacefully because it did get ugly for a while.
Yeah, and then didn't even know after the game, we were watching, keeping an eye on the coaching staffs. They had quite a bit to say. So you're right. It's great that it ends. Go your separate ways. They won't face each other in the playoffs as they're 2 different classifications. And just get ready to go.
Well, good game from Montoursville here. For Mark Messina down in the field, I'm Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis. We're gonna close it up here. We'll see you next week for the playoffs. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching WebWeeklyLive.com. Good night.